The evening sun slipped through the blinds, painting soft golden lines across Hannah's living room. She was cleaning Daniel's desk, something she rarely did, when her fingers brushed against a small velvet box hidden beneath some papers. Curious, she opened it. Inside lay a delicate silver bracelet, shimmering under the light. Her lips curled into a faint smile, until she flipped the tiny tag over. To Lily, forever yours. Her breath caught. Her name wasn't Lily. The room suddenly felt colder. The bracelet that once looked beautiful now looked cruel, a symbol of something she didn't yet want to believe. Hannah sat on the edge of the bed, the bracelet resting in her palm. Her hands trembled, her heartbeat uneven. For 7 years, she'd loved Daniel through everything. Through late nights at work, forgotten anniversaries, and endless "I'm just tired" excuses. Now, every one of those excuses replayed in her mind like a film, and they finally made sense. When she heard his car pull into the driveway, she quickly hid the box again and wiped her tears. "Hey, honey," Daniel said cheerfully, walking in. "Rough day?" she asked softly. "You have no idea," he sighed, loosening his tie. She studied his face, the easy charm, the practiced smile, and all she could think was, how long has he been pretending? That night she couldn't sleep. The bracelet's words burned into her memory. She reached for it again, tracing the engraving with her thumb. Lily. Who was she? By morning, Hannah decided not to ask. Not yet. She needed to know more. She quietly checked Daniel's phone while he showered. Messages were deleted, but one contact caught her eye. L. Just initials, no photo. Her gut told her everything she needed to know. 2 days later, she placed the bracelet, unwrapped, right on the kitchen counter. She made breakfast, humming softly, pretending not to notice it. When Daniel walked in, he froze. His eyes darted to the bracelet instantly. Where did you find that?" he asked, his voice tight. "On your desk," Hannah said calmly. "I thought it was for me." He stammered, "Oh, no, it's just something for a client's wife, a gift from the office." Hannah smiled faintly. "Then you should probably give it to her soon, before it loses meaning." Her voice was steady, but her heart was breaking with every word. He looked confused, maybe even scared, but said nothing. A few days later, Daniel mentioned he had to leave for a business trip. Hannah didn't argue. She even packed his bag carefully, slipping a small tracking tag inside one of his pockets. That night, she sat on the bed watching the tracker blink on her phone screen. When it stopped moving, her stomach twisted. The address wasn't a meeting hall, it was a beach resort. Hours later, she saw a social post from the resort's page, a group photo of guests at dinner. And there he was, Daniel, smiling beside a young woman. Her wrist shimmered with the same silver bracelet. Hannah's world shattered quietly, without sound. She didn't call him, she didn't cry. She simply walked to their bedroom, opened her drawer, and pulled out an old wedding photo. They looked so happy, a promise frozen in time. She took a deep breath, tore the photo in half, and laid the pieces on the bed. Then she picked up her phone and posted on social media. Some promises shine brighter before they break. By morning, friends, family, and colleagues had seen it, and Daniel's world, the one built on lies, started crumbling. When Daniel came home 2 days later, the house was silent. Hannah sat by the window, calm but unreadable. "Hannah, please, I can explain." "No, you can't," she said quietly. "You already did with your actions." He tried to approach her. "It was just a mistake." "A mistake is forgetting an anniversary," she interrupted. "This was a choice." Daniel's voice cracked. "I still love you." She met his eyes, tears threatening to fall. "Then why did you love her too?" He had no answer. just silence, the kind that destroys more than words ever could. That night, Hannah packed a single suitcase. Before leaving, she placed the bracelet back on his desk, exactly where she found it. A note lay beside it. "You didn't just give her a bracelet, Daniel. You gave her the part of you that was supposed to be mine." Then she walked out, quiet, composed, and free. Weeks passed. Daniel tried to call, message, even beg, but she never replied. One afternoon, he found the bracelet still on his desk, untarnished, untouched, but cursed with guilt. Every time he looked at it, he remembered what he'd lost. Meanwhile, Hannah was rebuilding, slower, stronger, alone, but unbroken. Sometimes she'd trace the faint mark on her finger where her ring used to be and smile. Because now, that empty space meant freedom. Some betrayals don't scream, they whisper from the smallest details. If you found a gift meant for someone else, would you confront them or let your silence tell the truth?